Hi guys, welcome back to Balls Fan TV, and today we're back with another video doing the match reaction to last night's 3-0 win against Cork City at BOHEMIANS Park. A much needed 3 points. We spoke about it before the game, how, we really needed to win this one after how the last kind of few weeks went, and we needed to get back to winning ways, and we did that in pretty comfortable fashion. We were in pretty much in cruise control really for the whole of the game, apart from maybe a little spell at the start of the second half. But we started the game really well with good tempo. You could tell the players were desperate to respond from last week, and yeah, we made a really strong start to the game, and we were well on top, and we were creating chances. We could have had a goal before we went 1-0 up, and we had a couple of shots that went straight at Conor Brand, and from Rooney, and Keane Bird as well from a corner. But we were well on top, and it only felt like a matter of time before we took the lead, and then it came then. Flores bringing the ball forward, getting it into Tierney. He finds Douglas James Taylor, and it's a good finish, and it put us 1-0 up, and we were full value for it. And yeah, we continued to dominate after that. We could have had another couple of goals. Dawson Devoy pulled a couple of saves from Bran, and Dale Rooney hit the crossbar. We were well on top. We were playing really well, and we easily could have been 3 or 4 up at half time. But look, second half then, the Cork kind of came into it a little bit in the first sort of 10-15 minutes, without really creating loads of chances. They were kind of putting a few long throws in, a few crosses, had a couple of corners that a couple of their players got on the end of, but couldn't put it into the net or work a save from Casper. And yeah, we kind of saw that spell out pretty comfortably, and we kind of started to take control. Then after that, we were looking at a bit of threat on the counter attack as well. Reece Brennan came on and had a chance. He cut inside and just put a past left hand post, and Rooney had one where Brand made another good save, and I think without him it could have been a much bigger scoreline. But we got the second then eventually in the 85th minute. It's an absolutely brilliant strike from Douglas James Taylor. He rolls a defender, gets onto his right foot, and it just unleashes an absolute belter into the top right hand corner, and yeah, that sealed the win, and in some style as well. And yeah, obviously then we get the third in the very last minute. Dawson Devoy gets the ball in the box, waves past a couple of Cork defenders, and finishes it very, very smartly and calmly. And yeah, that sealed the 3 points, the 3-0 win. And yeah, I thought we were pretty comfortable on the night. Like I said, it could have been more really. If we had won that game 5 or 6, I don't think he could have argued. With the chance that we had in the first half, we were really dominant, and yeah, it was exactly the kind of performance that we wanted to see. After that, last week, it's really disappointing that we didn't really show the effort there last week. But I think last night was completely different. We worked really hard for that win. A few players definitely improved from their performances last week. Ross Tierney, I thought was everywhere. He was back to his usual self. Rooney was a bit better. Jordan Flores, I thought, was excellent. That left back worked hard. Some of his passing was brilliant. Dawson Devoy again, I think just time and time again shows why, for me anyway, he's the best in the league. I think he just makes everything look so easy on the ball, just does everything right, and yeah, he's just an absolute joy to watch, and yeah, another absolutely brilliant performance from him last night. But yeah, no, I thought I don't think there was a single bad performance really. I thought that the whole team played really well. Even when Cork were into the game in the early stages of the second half, we didn't really let our guard down. We didn't show any signs of letting up. We stayed compact, and we dealt with everything, and going forward, looked a threat every time. And it was 3 really well worked goals as well. So some good play for James Taylor's first goal, and an excellent strike for a second, and then a bit of brilliance from Dawson then for the third goal as well. So yeah, look, a really good night all around. It was a much needed win, and hopefully now this will kickstart some sort of run. Now we're heading into the business end of the season now. We can't really afford hard to drop any more points. The only kind of downside to last night was the fact that maybe a couple of results didn't go our way. Derry getting a late winner in Galway, Pats getting a late winner in Drogheda. But look, we can't really focus on any other team. We just have to focus on ourselves. Just need to follow this up now. Away in Sligo next week. Look, it won't be easy. We know that we've had our troubles against Sligo this season, but hopefully last night will have put a bit of confidence back into the players now, and they'll be wanting to put a run together now, and hopefully get us over the line and into Europe, because we've got 8 games left now. We just need to do our job. We're 5 ahead of Pats in 5th, so yeah, it's just about picking up as many wins as we can, and hopefully last night will have gave us the confidence to do that. So yeah, that's where I'll end it. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment down below what you thought about the game, and I'll see you for the preview for the Sligo game during the week. Bye bye.